What's going on, guys? Austin here. I'm bringing you today's daily dose. And we're going to jump into this series as we continue talking about spiritual warfare, which is such an interesting topic, especially this year. I hate that we just keep talking about how, oh man, this year's been crazy. But I mean, the truth of the matter is this year has been just bonkers. We have so many different things going on, especially as we get into the fall where we thought COVID and everything that was going on with that would kind of be wrapped up by this point. So we have kids going to school, homeschooling. What should we do with education? How should we do stuff like that? And I hate to tell you that this year's probably going to get a little bit worse, just with an election year coming up, and none of this is going away. And for me, that's where I put myself in the position of a follower of Jesus Christ. And I just have to completely let go of everything that I'm personally holding on to in terms of doubts and fears and existential dread about what's going on in the world. And you just have to allow yourself to let it go to God, because there's so much stuff that we can't control. And I really think in a year like this, there's so much spiritual warfare where there's so much going on beyond what we can even comprehend as Christ followers. But because of that hope that we have in Jesus Christ, I kind of allow myself to not get too worried about it, because I could lay awake at night just wondering what's going to happen, but God knows. He's not surprised by anything that's going on this year, and he's not worried because he's already won the battle. And at some point in time, we have to allow ourselves to just embrace the hope that we have in Jesus Christ, knowing that at the end of the day, we're going to spend eternity with him because of the way that we lived our lives, because of the way that we obeyed the words and the commands that he gave us. And for me, that's why I continue to go back to the book of Psalms. And I just love that David has allowed us to see that God is okay with us being frustrated, with us just complaining and venting. And he's like, no, that's the relationship that I want from you, for you to be comfortable enough with me as your God to come to you and just be like, what is going on? What is going on in this world? What's going on in my life? What's going on at work? Wherever you're at today, to be able to go to him. And today we enter into a verse, Psalm 105, where David and the Israelites had just gotten the Ark of the Covenant into Jerusalem, and they proclaimed to him this. So let's jump into Psalm 105. It says, "Give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, make known among the nations what he has done. Sing to him, sing praise to him, tell all of his wonderful acts. Glory in his holy name, let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice. Look to the Lord and his strength, seek his face always. Remember the wonders he has done, his miracles and the judgments he pronounced." And I'll stop there on verse 5 where it says, remember the wonders he has done, his miracles and the judgments he's pronounced. And I feel like this is a psalm where David is telling the people of Israel to say, hey, remember what God has done for us. Because in this time in Israel, there was a lot going on with different battles, different wars. They didn't quite know the clear direction. And I feel like this is David saying that God and his mighty deeds have brought Israel to the promised land. And they need to remember the miracles and encourage them to continue to dive into that. And David's just saying, hey, guys, praise his name because of what he's done. The judgments, the promises that he's made. And I feel like in a season like this, 2020, we so easily forget. We're not able to meet as a church on the weekends with our 50 whatever services at North Coast. We're starting to do our gatherings and getting together to praise, worship and praise God. And that's just been so good. But it's so easy for us to forget what God has done for us through this season, all the years leading up to this. And that's where I want to end today, is just an encouragement to you, wherever you're at, just to remember to stay in the hope that is Jesus Christ, that he has done some amazing things for us. And like I said before, he hasn't forgotten his promises to us. And at the end of the day, we're going to spend eternity with him if we continue to obey and we continue to stay strong. And I love that in a time where we're focusing on spiritual warfare, that we can kind of take our hands off the wheel a little bit and say, God, you're in control. You've seen this all. You know what's going on. And because of that, we're going to give thanks to the Lord, call on his name, and make known among the nations what he has done. And so I hope that's an encouragement to you, and we will see you next time.